know it's a party, but I can't do it alone. You already know it's a party, but I can't do it alone without my man Mike Nasty, and this is KC, the only Jets and Clippers fan, probably on the East Coast, maybe in the whole nation. So we'll look into that as as the Jets succeed. But we're back here on the Illadelf Rap Podcast. This is what, episode 4, Mike? It's episode 4.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
4.
Episode 4. Okay.
We getting there.
Um. Listen, man, we're getting
We
these
got a whole lot
episodes
more
in, man.
material to go, so we be there.
Oh yeah. We got tons of material. So of course, we start with our with some of our favorite questions. What were you listening to before we got on the podcast today? What were you listening to? What was in your playlist? What was on before you got on?
I was listening to this Pete Rock Camp Low Takes album that I had,
Okay.
25 Blocks of Tiffany's, I think it's called.
Okay.
I'll even double check that for you. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, there we
No
go.
doubt.
And if you haven't heard it, you need to check that out, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 80 Blocks from Tiffany's,
80
Part
blocks
2.
from Tiffany's. Oh, that sounds grimy. That joint sounds mad grimy, mad hip hop, but grimy at the same time. Um, Let me see. What was I listening to? I was listening to. I got this on my old Apple iPod. Here you go, right here. This joint is like super ancient, but this thing holds like a ton of music. This little thing right here. I call it my bumblebee. You
Is that
know,
the is that the is
this is
that
like
the
a this might be an
the
iPod. It's an
that's
iPod.
the
This might be
touch?
an iPod one. This might be like the first, maybe the third generation or something like that. Yeah, this is AKA. This is your
That's the
grand.
touch, right?
Yeah, iPod Touch, third generation, aka Grandpappy. So,
I got the classic one. Mine ain't,
oh, the one that
I
goes
got the
around.
one of the first ones
But you know what? Like
with the
the
little
crazy
button
part
in
about
the.
that joint holds like a lot of info. That joint holds a lot of music. If you just use it for just music, it holds like 2,000 songs or something like that. There's
Yeah,
no way you're gonna listen to all them songs like in one day. Um, but yeah, what I was listening to on my like I said, on the old iPod one, you can definitely find it somewhere in the iPod, in the Apple store. They'll probably tell you to get out my store. I was listening to. I got this West Coast Wednesday. I got this West Coast Wednesday playlist, right? And I got like I got NWA, I got Ice Cube, I got the Hieroglyphics, I got King T, I got the Alcoholics, Pat Div, Dog Pound, DJ Quick, Exhibit, Farside, MC8, the Wascals. If you know if my people in the '90s remember the Wascals. Of course, I got some Pac on there. Of course, I got some Pac. I definitely said King T.
I remember the Rotten
Um,
Rascals. I don't remember the Wascals.
the Wascals, yeah. I forgot their single, but I remember I
But
had
ain't
the
the
B
Rotten
side.
Rascals from Jersey?
No, that's the you know what? I think it is now, but this is the different. This is the Wascals from the far side, like produced by like E
Oh,
Swift and all them. So, but the Rotten
mm,
Rascals, I know you're talking about. Those are the dudes from New Jersey under Naughty by Nature's on the Naughty by Nature's label,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, they were terrible. And I think
You really
they
like
they
them?
went
They were
they
alright.
were
I had
okay.
I had that
They had
album.
a catchy song. Song was kind of catchy, you know.
I forgot the name of the album, but I had it.
Yeah, I think they were the Rotten Rascals, but they used to be confused with the Wascals, like Wascals with a W. Those were the ones who had what's the name of that song? It was something. I know the B side song was Hard Rhymes, and they had the Run DMC. They had the Run DMC sample in the beginning, like Hard Rhymes, Hard Times, Hip Hop Hardcore. Like, and then that bass line came into it. Woo! Man, production was different in the '90s. Man, production was like totally different. But yeah,
I
that's
know
what's on my
it was
yeah.
harder.
You talk about being in the lab. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I was listening to in my on my playlist. I definitely got some, a couple albums came out last week and this week that I definitely want you guys to listen to. Um, in sports, we got that's with our teams again. My Jets finally got a win against the Broncos this past Sunday. So congratulations to my Jets. Your Knicks, Mike. Your Knicks look pretty good in the your Knicks was looking pretty good in the preseason too. By the way, um, I think I see them going to the playoffs, but I think they're like one more like dog. Like they got the head because you got Brunson, you got Randall, you got RJ Barrett, but you guys got one more dog left that you need to make that to make that joint complete. Um, and also NBA preseason has jumped off and everything. A lot of teams are playing. Everybody's looking for that Dame and Giannis combo and stuff like that. So
Oh, there you
uh, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, so yeah, so far so good. My Clippers are healthy. Hopefully, they can stay healthy throughout the whole season. Your Knicks are looking good, like I said before. Before you came back on, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. How's your Giants doing?
are. Funny question. Not
Talk to
too
me.
good.
Um, who do you who do you guys have? Who you guys have this week
Yeah.
coming up?
Uh, I didn't really expect them to win against the Dolphins. Uh, I don't know because I know it's a loss. Buffalo, they have
That
Buffalo.
might not be a loss. That might not be a loss,
It's a
yo,
loss, so
because
that's all I know.
you're just gonna take it like that. That's how you're gonna do it. Pause. um, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I
Because
don't know. They might come in
my
like
like
crazy.
Sunday, Miami just looked entirely too fast.
Slow them down. Slow them down. That's all you
Because
got
they
to
don't
do.
have no line. Like the line is horrible. I mean, I get it that I get it. Like three of your offensive linemen are hurt. Your starters are hurt. I get that, but they're not protecting at all.
You're not. You think it's something?
Like he
Do you think
literally had
he's
like 2 seconds
divided?
to throw the ball every time he dropped back.
Well, Dan, can he run?
Huh?
Well, can he run?
Yeah, he can run, but as soon as you hike the ball, they right back to in the backfield. There's like nowhere to go.
Damn. Well, I don't know. I think something different because everybody's like they're talking filthy to me about the Jets and Eagles and stuff like that. Like, you ain't got no chance, stuff like that. I don't. Hey, listen, man. After what I seen from Zach Wilson the last couple weeks. I mean, he played okay, and he actually played okay this game, but he played better the game before, even though it was a game that we lost. But he played way better the game before. So I think he's probably going to step his game up for the Eagles because the Eagles are the top tier team probably in the league right now. Not only just in your division and conference, but
I
also in
don't
the
know.
league.
I don't know.
Okay,
I beg
I
to
hope.
differ on that one.
All right, well, cool. I mean,
And
don't
a
get
lot
mad
of
at me
Eagles
because your
fans are
team is
gonna be
about to
mad at me.
lose.
For this one. Eagles fans are gonna be mad at me for this one, but they're struggling against bum teams right now. So it's only gonna be a matter of time for the right team come punch them in the mouth.
Might be us. We might be that speed
Yeah, it
trap.
might be
Might be
because
that we might be that speed
y'all got a
trap.
nice defense, so it might be.
We do. The only thing is we can't go out there thinking like we're going to shut down AJ Brown and all that stuff because we can't. Plus, he's on my fantasy squad too, so he's on one of my fantasy teams too. So I hope he has like a
Oh,
halfway decent game. Talk to me.
speaking of fantasy, you see that beatdown I gave you this week?
I sure did. I sure did see that. I thought I had it, but I didn't. The game.
Yeah,
I had the game in my
shout
hands
out to
until I
Jamar
didn't.
Chase because he got
AKA, I'm open.
Jamar Chase gave me that got me that win. Shout out to you, Jamar.
He sure enough did. I mean, in some of my other leagues, David Montgomery got me my win. David Montgomery, uh, Justin Jefferson. Well, I have him on my team, so I might have to like put him on the bench for a minute. He's going to be out for like 4 weeks. Um, but
Yeah, he hurt,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah, he's hurt. Yeah, he's done. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it from the sports angle. All right. Well, listen, we were over the course of 4 weeks, we were going over hip hop, like um, what made us fall in love with hip hop, some of your favorite albums that made you fall in love with hip hop groups, etc. We also covered different battles. Eminem versus Tupac, who would win it without that battle. Of course, we were kind of like we came to a mixed agreement in regards to who would win because it came down to like stage presence, lyricism, things of that sort. Most people say Eminem, a lot of other people say Tupac. We also went over our top 10 albums of all time. Now, this is just our opinion. This has nothing to do with like the general public and general consensus because everybody has a different opinion. Some people might say MC Light's first album was the best album of all time. I don't know why, but also we went
Oh, I
over.
don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Um, I did go back and listen to Taste of Chocolate. It wasn't a bad album, but I can't say it would be my all time. I forgot
So
that Big Daddy Kane versus Dolomite track was on there.
told you it was on there. I told you he had everything on. He checked every box on there. He checked every box on there. Also, if we have time, we're also going to go over the 30th anniversary of Enter the Wu Tang, which will be coming up in November. And I had a couple questions on that too for you, Mike, if we have some time. But let's get into it. Of course, I went over my top albums of all time to me. Starting with Run DMC. Um, Raekwon's Purple Tape, of course, 3 Feet High and Rising, De La Soul, Low End Theory, Midnight Marauders. It's kind of like a toss up, so I put them both on there for Tribe Called Quest. That's number 4, and Criminal Minded, Boogie Down Productions is number 5. So those are my top 5. I mean, I have a top 10, but I want to give Mike his proper time for him to go over his list because Mike is the hip hop historian on this piece. So, Mike, without further ado, the floor is yours, sir.
Let me do my whole 10 or just 5.
You can give me the whole thing. Pause.
Okay. So I got I got Dr. Dre the Chronic,
I
Nas
like it.
Illmatic,
Mm.
Mobb Deep, Infamous,
Infamous,
Ready
yes,
to Die,
sir.
Ready to Die, Notorious Big, of course the Purple Tape. My favorite album of all time, Public Enemy. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back. Of course, Enter the Wu Tang. I just got Midnight Marauders on there because that's my favorite Tribe album.
Okay. Okay.
I got, which is this can, I don't know, this can go either or, but I got Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted,
Okay.
NWA Straight Outta Compton, and
Hmm.
that's my top 10.
That's your top 10. So you mentioned Ice Cube. Ice Cube was America's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
That's with what's on there? Who's the Mac? Who's the Mac is on there, right?
yeah, it's
Jacking
on
for
there.
Beats.
Yeah,
Is Jacking for Beats on there
no,
too?
that's the second. That's the EP album. EP.
Uh, oh, the Kill It Will.
Yeah,
Okay. Why not? My question is, why not Ice Cube's death certificate? Why not that one?
like I said, that album can go either or. It was a toss up. I couldn't figure out which one to put on there because I think I like Death Certificate more. I don't know. I'm
It's all
not
right.
sure.
I mean, I'm just asking
Death
because.
Certificate. Death Certificate was the album that when it came out, I listened to that whole. I think it came out like the summer, right? That year, right?
Hmm. Yep.
I listened to that like every day.
I mean, the skits alone, the skits and intros
Yeah,
alone were like all
yeah.
that. You know, you said the Chronic, of course, the Chronic. Why the Chronic?
Because like I told you last time, like the Chronic, Doggy Style, which I could be like an honorable mention, and
Mm-hmm.
Ready to Die were 3 albums that shaped my perspective on a lot of things,
Mm.
relationships, women. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think women are bees and hoes, but that like it just shaped my mindset on a lot of things. Seriously,
Out of Last House, I'm out the door. I hear you. What about you also mentioned the Infamous. That came out what, 95 or 96?
yeah, 95, 95.
Whew. That was a that was a banging summer. That I remember that summer.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's when the Purple Tape came out. No, wait, which came out first? The Infamous came out first and then the Purple Tape? Or did the Purple Tape then the Infamous come out?
I think I think the Infamous came out because the Purple Tape came out right before I
Yeah.
went back to school that year.
Right. So yeah, because that's when Ice Cream and all that came out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
that was
yeah, yeah,
summer.
yeah,
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 that was summer.
yeah, 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 yeah. That summer was nice. South Street. Oh, listen. Let me tell you. Shout out to my man Ralph too. Shout out to my man Ralph. He actually got himself. I think he got a new car that year in '95. It's like a Toyota Camry, fully loaded. and he was bumping the Infamous, brand new speakers, everything was crisp and everything. Man, that was a good time. That was a good time. I didn't get no numbers that day. I mean, some girl gave me the wrong number or something like that. I was just like, all right, whatever. Of course, you said
You
"Ready
should
to
have pulled a
Die."
Cole.
Nah, man, it's cool. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Hopefully, she's
She
watching this podcast right now. So
is it a Putin thing to you?
ta ta ta, a wizard ta ta ta. Yeah. So yeah, I like that. I like that list. What anybody else on your honorable mention?
Like I said, Doggy Style would be another one.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. I didn't think this far ahead, but your Doggy Style definitely would be an honorable mention.
Okay, because I listened to your list. No Gangstar albums on there. No Gangstar joints.
If I had to put a Gangstar album on my honorable mention, it would be Moment of Truth.
Not Daily Operation.
I like Daily Operation, but I think I like Moment of Truth better.
Gotcha. Okay, because I put Snoop's joint. I
But
put Doggy
definitely would
Style. Go ahead.
I would definitely put Big Album up as my honorable mention. His first album,
Who was it again?
huh?
Who was it again?
Big Pun.
Oh, what Capital Punishment?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good one too. That was a good one. Yeah, yeah, definitely that. Let me see. If I had to, I mean, now for me, if I had to take away De La Soul's like their first album, I would probably put in. I would substitute Stakes is High. I probably put like Stakes is High, maybe. If I couldn't put in 3 Feet High and Rise from De La Soul, I'd probably put in like Stakes is High. Just off of just production and everything like that. Getting back with Prince Paul with the sampling and the lyricism and
yeah.
stuff like that. Another one that I left off too, that I think is one of the better albums of all time. I left off Common. A lot of people don't. A lot of people were like don't like Common anymore. I don't know why. But yeah, I
I don't know
mean,
why
it's
either.
yeah. I mean, maybe because maybe he might just make stuff he's doing like off stage or something like that. Maybe I'm not worried about I'm not worried about what you do off stage. Like the artist and the artist's work. But yeah, and there's like three Common joints that I say could jump up there on the best of all time. Like you got Resurrection, you have B, and you have
B, like Water for Chocolate.
yeah. I don't know about like Water for Chocolate. That was like too.
You don't
That
like
was
that one?
too. I like it because it's a Common album, but it was too eclectic for me. Way too eclectic.
I love
That
B.
was
I
like
just
a
wish B
prelude
was
to
long.
Electric Circus.
I hated that album.
Me too. And I bought that. And I bought that album too. I
I
bought
bought
that
it too.
album. Yeah. I would also put if we're talking about Common albums, I would throw Find It Forever up there. Um, that was a good joint. That was like totally produced um, by Kanye. That was a straight Kanye album. You might as well say that was a late registration part two or something like that. Those
I
joints.
gotta listen to it again. I ain't heard it in a while.
That's a good album. That's a good album. You know what joint is missing from here that a lot of people might have a problem with our list. Like, how come you don't got the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill on here? Uh, I mean, I would definitely put that album on there. But what other albums are jumping off this thing? Because you can't take off Illmatic, you can't take off Mobb Deep, you can't take off Midnight Marauders. A lot of also people will probably say, "How come you don't have any Jay Z albums up here?" I mean, I like Reasonable Doubt, but actually, one of my favorite albums of all time by Jay Z is probably the Blueprint Three. And
Really,
I'm a
out of
Jay
all
Z
of them,
fan. Yeah,
not the
I'm a
blue.
Jay Z
What
fan.
about the first Blueprint?
First Blueprint was all right. I like that too, but I
What
think
about the Dynasty album?
Dynasty album was cool too. Too blingy for me. But I think
Hmm.
Blueprint Three kind of resonates to me. That's the album I most resonate with because you're like, you're grown. put the baggy jeans and the jerseys away and stuff like that. Put a suit on or something like that. That was like your go to job. That was like you were like really going to
Mhm.
work and stuff like that. You know, um, yeah. I mean, how come Miseducation wasn't on your list?
I don't know. I like the. It was a great album, but
Great album, great.
compared to everything else I got on my list, I don't think that it fit in that category compared to everything else that's on my list.
Gotcha. I hear you. I mean, I loved
Everything,
it.
most of the stuff is
I mean,
like I
I
can
love it.
understand why it would be on a lot of people's top 10 because it's
Mhm.
an album for everybody.
Right.
Just like we could put the Outkast ATL's album on the top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not,
That
I
was
wouldn't say it's an album for everybody. It's a good album.
no. It's just it's a good album. It's a good album because I was gonna put Aquemini on there because that was one of my favorite Outkast albums. I'm gonna put Aquemini. Actually, they all were great to me. You know, from Southern Playalistic all the way up to even all the way up to the double album to Speaker Box and Love Below and stuff like that. You know, and
I
I
could get into that.
I could. You know what? That was one of those albums where, as you're young, you're like, man, what is this nonsense? But then as you get older and you start listening to it again, and now like you have a little bit more time to calm down, listen to the lyrics and stuff like that, because look at you also have to look at the era that it came out in, you know, and like what other you had like other music that you were listening to as well. So it was kind of like, what were you into? Now, as we get older, we're kind of like slowing down a little bit. So now that gets us a little bit more, now we can like kind of really, you know, digest the lyrics and everything and process everything.
Yeah,
So that's why I like Speaker Box and Love Below because that's like another song, that's like another album for everybody too. Because you got you know Andre 3000 on his musical genius, just doing everything like whether he's playing instruments, he's doing a chorus, he's ad libbing, whatever the case may be. Then you have Big Boy, doing what Big Boy does, just rapping, dropping little dropping little gems here and there and stuff like that. Um, yeah, it's a lot of people were like, well, how come you don't have any Outkast albums on there, or how come you don't have it was someone else that of course Jay Z, of course Ho, and stuff like that. A lot of other people said, how come you don't have It Was Written? How come that wasn't on there? Which it could be on there. It could be.
uh, yeah, that's a good choice because I love it was written.
It Was Written was good. I mean, from start to finish, like you could listen
Yeah,
to
it's great.
it was written. Yeah, seriously, straight up. I did it a couple times. This is like when like when the DJ Clue era was running rampant. Like that's all you heard on DJ Clue tapes was just
Yeah,
Nas, Queensbridge,
yeah, I
Nas,
know.
Queens Projects, Nas,
Like the
Mob
message
Deep.
was on there. Yeah, that's where I first heard the message.
hmm
I know.
that's why I heard
Cormac, yeah, they was all
yeah,
they was all
that's why I heard all the that's where I heard all the affirmative action remixes. And what was this joint called? Like the Foulness, I think the Foulness Part 1, 2, and 3. when
yeah.
yeah, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Um,
Queensbridge was Clue County back in the day, back in those days, back in the '90s.
what's that?
I say Queensbridge is all over Clue takes back in the '90s.
hmm And if it wasn't Queensbridge, it was Queens. It was just Queens. You know. Yeah, straight up, man. It was yep. But yeah, that's our top 10 list. For that. So if you have any joints that you want to add, or you feel that we didn't mention, just feel free to hit us up. Like once this thing goes on Facebook and YouTube, just hit us out in the comments and stuff like that. Let us know, what albums that we didn't, that didn't make it, and also albums that should be on there. So just let me know which was omitted and whatnot. Coming up next. Um, 30th anniversary. of the Wu Tang Enter the 36 Chambers, which is this is like this is probably near and dear to you, Mike, of course. Um, now a
Remember
couple
Ninth?
friends, yeah, a couple friends of mine. I got a group text this morning. Shout out to the guys at the Run. They were talking about the Wu Tang Clan, and also the members of the Wu. So, and they were asking who do you think is the best member, or mm, who's the most lyrically gifted on the Wu Tang Clan? Now, a lot of people are saying. A lot of people saying Meth and Ghostface and Ray in no particular order and stuff like that. But who do you think is like, and I'm not causing division between the Woos. Just in case the Woos listening to this, we're not trying to cause division between 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 the gods. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, without further ado,
It
Mike,
depends on.
who do you think is the best member out the
It
Woo?
depends on. In my opinion, it depends because they all give you something different. Like something
Right.
like Meth is probably the most versatile out of all of them
Okay.
because he can probably rap on over about anything.
Pretty much.
He can give you the street music, he can give you love, R&B, radio,
Yep.
all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think lyrically, I think it would be Deck.
Expect that.
Ghost is my favorite member of the group.
Okay.
Yeah, the Deck I think is probably the more lyrical. But a lot of people don't like Deck because he makes you think. And I've come across, or I've starting to notice that people, especially like younger than us, if they have to think about the lyrics, they don't like the artist.
Yeah, it's corny. They ain't trying to be they're not trying to be woke, not right now. You know.
Yeah,
No, seriously, they're not. Like if it ain't got nothing to do with you know bang bang, give me the addy, whatever the case may be, um, I ain't trying to hear it. It's cool. I mean, I get it. Even Drake is saying some stuff that makes people think. They say I ain't trying to hear Drake no more.
yeah.
That's what cats is like. I ain't trying to hear no Drake.
I noticed that. A lot
Like
of people
what?
don't like Drake now because
I don't know why. I mean, yeah, Drake has been around. Like if he might be the only person I think who could probably take on Jay-Z in the verses. But Funkmaster Flex said, and I quote, he said, "If he writes his own material, if he writes his own material, then we got ourselves a gold mine." But he doesn't. So, but that's cool though. Hey, it's neither here nor there. Like Drake's still a great artist. I would pay to go see him. You know, but to me, I think let's see, off the woo. Yeah, like you said, Meth is the most versatile because he can pretty much rap over anything, and I like his cadence too. Like his cadence is, you know. Um, but my favorite rapper off the wheel, Raekwon, easy,
a
easy
lot
Ray.
of people a lot of people sleep on Jizza.
Oh yeah, I mean, but you know what? Like I said, and
But again,
I fall under this too. He's making me think too much. I want
yeah,
to be
again,
entertained.
he's one of those make you think.
Yeah, now he has some dope lyrics though. Don't get me wrong. Like his lyrics is like when he, especially what I used to love about the Wu albums, like when they used to rap on other songs, with the fellow Wu members and stuff like that. I don't know what they were. It's like shards sharper than swords out there. Like
Hmm.
on the purple tape, like what did Jesus? He said something about the land of the lost. I'm getting the lyrics messed up, but he's talking about some dudes are walking around like wolves in sheep's clothing. I'm like, whoa! I'm like, ease up. I was like, ease up. I was like, ease up. Something
That
like,
Liquid Swords album was definitely slept on.
oh yeah, that I mean, actually, that goes in my top five. My top five Wu albums. That definitely goes in top five right there. But yeah, some of my favorite lyricists from the Wu. If I had to do like top five, it probably Ray. No particular order either. Like it probably be Ray, Ghost, Meth, Old Dirty, and and the Genius. That'll be my top five.
Yeah, Dirty didn't even write his own lyrics.
Who wrote his lyrics? RZA?
Uh, no, I forgot who they said wrote his lyrics. I think
Ooh.
either Deck or Jizza,
Oh,
because
really?
him and the RZA were cousins, right?
I think yeah, they were right. I don't know. I'll give Old Dirty a
I
pass.
think
I'll give Old Dirty a pass
But
because
but
the way he
again,
could
like I
deliver
said,
them, like his delivery was like no other. Like I still to this day don't see anybody who could even like duplicate that style. Like they could duplicate Meth style, they could duplicate Ghostface style, they can even do the Genius. Like, but there's no, like I said, that's the perfect name for Old Dirty. There's no father to his style because there's like the way he and then he was like he could spit lyrics. Like, don't get me wrong, like here I go. Wu Tang Foe. Jack Stowe couldn't get this though. Then like the way he's like his cadence was like unheard of. Like he's stopping, breaking off, he's breaking off beat, jumping right back on beat just to go off beat again. And it still sounds good. Like what rapper you know can actually do that? Besides maybe Drake can probably do it, but he's singing through it, so that's different. But keep in mind, Old Dirty was doing that before Drake. He was singing on records too. I mean, it didn't make no
yeah,
sense, it didn't make any sense, but it went with the album. Just why,
it was
you know,
entertaining. See, he's very entertaining.
right, and that's why I like Return to the 36 Chambers. That's why I like that. That album goes in my top five from from the Wu, like the Wu solo projects and stuff like that. Um, Another question for you, Mike. Off the 36 Chambers, what's your favorite song off that album?
Uh, that's something I'll probably have to answer when we do the celebration of the 30th anniversary. But if I had to, I would say chess boxing, mystery of chess boxing.
Ooh, I was about to say that too. I was about to, mine is Shame. Mine is Shame on a Nuh. That's one of my favorites.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites because what I love about that song is there's like four people on that song. It's like four people on that song, and that song is only like 3 minutes. So, but to get
I was gonna
everybody,
say protect your neck, but that's too much,
that's
too
everybody.
obvious. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, everybody has a personal favorite, with protect your neck. But Shame on the Nuh, that was my joint. You know, let's see here. Ranking. Give me your favorite from first to worst. Give me your favorite Wu Tang solo albums, first to worst,
My,
in your
my
opinion only.
favorite solo, of
First to
course, the
worst.
purple tape.
Of course, that's of course without any ado. Of course.
I mean, I have a better ranking when we actually get into the anniversary edition of the podcast, but the worst, I don't know because I haven't like you got. I don't like you got it, so
Okay,
I
so
didn't listen
you
to his
so okay,
album. Hmm.
okay, so
This is something I
so
would have to kind of go back in the crate and go through a lot of their solo projects because I love
okay,
Raekwon. I love the first couple Raekwon albums. So I definitely love Only Built for Cuban Links too.
yeah, that was good. That
I
was good.
love most of Ghost albums. I love them.
Shoot, I mean, you got Supreme Clientele, you got Iron Man. You, I mean, Iron Man's like my favorite, even though Supreme Clientele did better sales, you know. But I mean, that it was something about that Iron Man that was just like that joint hits hard.
Yeah,
That
that
joint's
was,
hard, yo. Yo, I mean, Black
that was on my
Jesus, man, man.
frequent playing list when it came up.
Yeah. Where would you put? All right, so you got okay. Well, where would you put Liquid Swords then? Does that go? Because some people put Liquid Swords first and then the purple tape. That's the argument right there. You can flip flop with those, or can you?
No. Purple Tape was first, hands down.
Okay.
I don't care what nobody say.
Yes,
uh,
sir. Yes, sir. I
that was
totally
like
agree
some
with
of
you, sir.
RZA's best. That and Supreme Clientele was some of RZA's best production.
I think it was. I agree. What about I think ooh man. Beat wise? Yes. Yes. Because I'm just going like in my head, I'm just going through all the songs from the purple tape. Like
Even though I don't think
intros.
RZA
Yeah.
did all the Supreme Clientele,
Did he do all those beats on Supreme Clientele?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean he did well he did the ones that made that album go platinum. I know that. He definitely did that. But yeah. Because some people even though some people think that Iron Man goes up there like as the first one. Even though you got Liquid Swords, you got the Purple Tape, stuff like that. But I mean that it's something about that Raekwon album, that first one, that joint just hits hard, like from start to finish, from the first skit all the way to the outro. Like, I mean, and I'm not even into that life, But just the storytelling. Like, what was the joint off of Spot Rushers? Like, and then what made it even better was
Oh,
they
yeah,
had the Saint Ides. They had like the Saint Ides
yeah, no,
playing in the background for the
uh,
skit, and then it goes right
yeah.
into Spot Rushers. And Spot Rushers, I think, had to be every bit of maybe 2.5 minutes. Can you feel me, storytelling, rap Magellan? I ain't selling to brothers blowing up the spot. Man, come on, man. Like, like listen. If they had karaoke and you can say those type of rhymes in a karaoke bar and stuff like that, I would kill it every time I go in there. Like, here go the boy, you're going to sing Raekwon again. Here we go. You know. Yeah, I mean, that was actually one of my favorite joints on there. Everybody says,
Yeah.
like Ice Cream and stuff like that. That whole album was my favorite. Like Criminology, all that stuff. Glaciers of Ice. I mean, come on, man. Uh, you
Wu
know,
Gambinos is my favorite
Who
track on the album.
Gambinos, Knuckleheads.
Yeah, yeah.
Heaven or Hell.
Was,
Um,
wasn't Nas on it? Nas, what song? What track was that Nas was on?
bum, 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 bum. That's a John.
Verbal Intercourse, right?
Rebel Intercourse. Yeah, that's Rebel
Yeah,
Intercourse. Dum, dum, bum,
that's
bum,
one of my
bum,
favorite
bum,
tracks on
bum,
there too.
bum. Oh, yeah, yeah. The one still spirit through the eyes of white guys. Some of them was through your eyes. Listen, whoo, that is, yeah. Yeah, that actually goes. That's definitely my favorite.
See, and the crazy thing is,
Hmm.
like, yeah, we talking about 36 Chambers, but Wu Tang Forever was another hot album. Where do you put that?
It was. What's ooh. See, that doesn't count as a solo album because that's more of a group album.
I know that, yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, cause like that's to me that's like the best double CD I've ever heard. Cause I can listen to every song on there except for one, and it's the last song on both albums. Well, the second CD, the last song.
Hmm.
I can listen to it all the way through to that song. I don't like Black Shampoo.
Oh
That
yeah,
song was
yeah.
trash.
Yeah, that was one of those. All right, we ain't got none of those better to do. Let's just finish the album. Here you go. Just finish it.
Like we
Here.
gotta give you got a solo track. Go ahead, you got you get this one.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Get your shine. You got. What? We're gonna go get a pizza while you record your track. All right. So just let me know. Close the door after you when you're finished. Lock the door too. Seriously, it's like, yo, what you about to do now? Ain't you going to drop my album? And probably the rest of the room members like, yo, we gotta drop his album. All right, listen. All right, listen. You got. Listen, we're gonna give you 60 minutes. Do what you want in here. We're gonna go get some pizzas and cheesesteaks and some hoagies and stuff like that. You want some? You want some, God? You want some, God? Nah, nah, God. Okay, and and yeah, and that's it. And they just like, all right, we'll be back. Lock the door after you finish before we get here. No talking on the phone either. Peace, God. uh, yeah. So yeah, but my favorites is my top five is probably the Purple Tape, Iron Man. Let me see, Liquid Sword, Supreme Clientele, and I would throw Capadonna on there, but there was only a couple songs I
Oh
liked on
yeah, I
there.
forgot about him.
Yeah, I would throw Capadonna on there, but
His
there's only a
first
couple songs I like.
his
Yeah,
first album wasn't that bad.
I like his freestyles better. I like his freestyles better. Yeah, like he comes off because I don't know, like that. The Pillage was good. I like the Pillage. Pillage was all right.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad of an album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pillage was all right. But
If
but
you throw
definitely
him on there, you got to put Master Killer in there too. He
might as well
actually
put
was an original
you
member
might as
of
well,
the
you might
Wu.
as well put King Sun on there too in the Wu Tang Offspring. Where does Shaheem the Record Child go
Oh,
to? Where does
so
he on there?
Sons of Man and all them.
King Sun. The Sons of Man. I was like, yo, the crazy part is I actually bought that joint too. Because because I was like, oh man,
I
Wu
didn't.
Tang come out with
Did I
another
have that?
joint, Wu Tang Offspring. I was like, oh, this joint gonna be heat. Oh, what a disappointment.
I think I did. I think I did buy Sons of Man
We all did, Mike. We all did. We all did.
because I think I was buying anything that was affiliated with Wu back then.
Me too. That's one of the reasons why I bought sold the whole soundtrack. Oh, they got Wu on there. Oh, I'm gonna rock this. This joint gonna be popping. And it was actually okay too. It was actually all right too because they had like one, two. I think they had one, two songs on there with the Wu. I brought the Hoodlum soundtrack because they had Raekwon on it. You know,
Yeah, that's yeah. I bought Sunset Park soundtrack because they had Heaven and Hell. I'm not Heaven and Hell. Motherless Child. It had a couple of
Motherless Child. But that was on what's his
yeah,
face.
Motherless Child.
They got us though. You know, because that was on Ghostface first album.
Yeah, it was on Ghostface album. Yeah,
That's cool. I
that
like
wasn't the
Sunset
only
Park
reason
though.
why I bought this. Cause Mobb Deep had a song on there too, so I bought it
Yeah,
for
the
that.
joint do, 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 back at you. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
on there. Yeah, that was I like that. That was my joint on there too. They also had on that speaking of soundtracks, on that Sunset Park soundtrack, they had I think they had a couple Dog Pound joints on there too, which was pretty good. So this is where like the movie actually went with the soundtrack. Like you had Above the Rim, you had Sunset Park, you had New Jersey Drive, you had what's another good soundtrack. For my ladies out there, you had Waiting to Exhale, you had The Bodyguard, um, you had for my old heads, you had Crush Groove for the old heads. Also Purple
I,
Rain.
I don't even want to talk about Waiting to Exhale.
Oh, what's
All
wrong
right,
with
I
Waiting to
don't want to
Exhale?
talk about Waiting to Exhale.
They had a great. It was a great soundtrack.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, soundtrack probably was cool, but I got tricked into seeing the movie.
how you get tricked? You don't get tricked into seeing the movie. You mean you got forced to see in the movie?
I guess so, because the person I was dating at the time really wanted to see it,
And of course, you had to
and I don't
remember,
know what I
baby.
thought it was going.
Would you go get?
I don't know what I thought the movie was going to be about, but it wasn't what I was. I was like, oh my god,
Hey
it was
man,
like one of
listen.
the worst movie experiences I've ever.
Listen, man. I went to go see that, and yeah, I was forced into it too, man. You know what happened? It's just turned to a man. It turned to a man hating convention. I didn't even know
Yeah, because everyone.
getting all types
I
of
swear I
dirty
was like the
looks.
only
Like
man in the theater. And,
you
like the
better not be
women
like
behind
such and
us,
such.
like they kept making these like comments the whole movie,
Like
like shut up.
like
I'm gonna
not
get
mine.
jumped when I get out
That
of
would
here.
that wouldn't be me. Yes, it was. It is you. It is too. Just like in Baby Boy. Baby Boy's the same thing. Baby Boy hits different now. Like I went to. Here's the ironic part about Baby Boy is I was supposed to go see that with somebody at the time. I was dating somebody at that time. So LaShawn, don't shoot me. But here's the thing: she stood me up, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how long ago this was too. This is how old I was. I went to go see Baby Boy at Cotman Avenue, and it was on a Saturday.
Orleans,
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you. And I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you
Orleans is
what
still
movie.
open, baby. Yeah.
I'm, I'm gonna tell you what restaurant that I was gonna take her to go. I was gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this is how old I am. This is the restaurant we were supposed to go to, Bennigan's.
Oh yeah, I
uh,
forgot Bennigan's was on Cotton Avenue
that's right, Bennigan's,
because it's a bank
and
now. Yeah, it's a bank now.
yep, yep, absolutely. Yeah, I went to Bennigan's. I still completed the date all by myself, man. I went to Bennigan's. Yeah, this is my confession, man. I still went to Bennigan's. I just sat at the table by myself. I should have sat at the bar. But I just sat at the table by myself and got my food served to me. People were just walking by, like shaking their heads at me, like yeah. So what? I just got my food, ate my little bacon cheeseburger and fries, and these are my confessions, y'all. Listen, I'm a strong man, man. I'm a very strong man. Shoot, that was a,
I've never
that
been
was
to a restaurant by myself, but I've been to
a,
the
I have,
movies plenty of times by myself.
I have. I've been to a restaurant
But
by myself.
in
It's
my defense on that, I worked at the movie theater. That's why I would go by myself.
Nah, it's cool. I mean, I was calling, I was calling her. See, this is how old I am. I was calling her on a payphone, like just and I kept getting the voicemail. So when you get you got to hang up before the voicemail comes on, so that way your quarter can come back out, or 35 cents at that
Yeah.
time. So, so I keep calling her, and I was like, you know what? This time I'm gonna leave a message. So I left a message. Hey, what's whatever her name is. I Yeah, I'm waiting for you here at the movie theater. The movie starts at such and such. Like, are you on your way or something like that? Bang. You know, Turns out she didn't make it, so I just went in there to go watch it my darn self, man. I was just like, screw it. And this is what I hear. This is all I heard in the movie theater. Oh my God, Jody's such a dog. This and that. That couldn't be me. They ain't never gonna be me. No, that is you. That is you.
Yeah, the
You
ones that
know.
say they ain't gonna whip me, it is them.
Oh yeah, all
Usually.
those. Yeah, I used to love all those male basher movies. I used to love them joints. Why did I get married? 1 and 2, Waiting to Exhale. Uh, all them joints, yo. I mean, but hey, listen, but yeah, man. So it looks like we're about to wrap it up. We've got 7 minutes left to go. Um, like I said, what's on my playlist right now? About to move on to Mike. What album do you think people need to look out for this week or this month?
The thing I've been listening to lately, what was it? What was it the new Nas album that came out not too long ago? Was it three?
Magic Three.
No, not three.
It's
Magic
Magic,
Three. Yeah,
Magic Three. Yeah.
people should check that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nas delivered another one.
Tell me about it. Um, the one I've been,
That's
now what's
why
on? Mhm. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
we need to get we need to get my boy Jeff on here. I'm gonna
Yeah.
hit him up because we used to work at the Orleans.
Hmm.
We used to always debate with Jay Z or Nas. We would go album for album.
Hmm.
So we could definitely do that now because Nas got enough albums where you can run down who's better.
He has a catalog,
Nas can
but
put
I
out
mean, does that count
more.
though? Because Jay-Z's not really rapping like that anymore, though. Nas is. He's doing it for the
It's
art.
not Nas' fault. It's
Yeah, Nas is
not
like Jamal
Nas' fault
Crawford.
that Jay Z stopped.
Yeah, I mean, I bang with it. I mean, but I think before it's all said and done, I think Hove's going to come out with one last album, and I'm sure Nas is going to be on it, of course. But I think he's going to get production from like everybody, from from his old producers, Just Blaze, Pharrell, Timberland, Kanye,
I don't know,
No
like
ID. I
Jay on
mean,
like some Jay on some different stuff now, which I'm cool with because he's older.
right?
Like he's kind of I'm cool with it, but it's just I don't know. Like even Nas is like he not on the same stuff he used to be, but same tip
Oh,
he used to be on, but still he putting out quality material.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he's he's an artist. So what do artists do? They put out good music. Um, yeah, but Magic Three is
Yeah.
definitely one to look out for. What I've been listening to, shout out to my man Kyrie from the Run. Um, uh, El Camino and Black Soprano family. They spit on Jesus. Yo, that joint hits hard, yo. That joint hits
What's
hard.
it called?
El Camino
I
and Black
heard
Soprano.
my homeboy put me on them. You said it's called Spit on Jesus.
They spit on Jesus. Yeah, they spit on
I'm
Jesus.
gonna check for that.
Yeah, you need to check out their album cover too. The album cover is sick. I love it. El Camino, Black Soprano family. El Camino. He's from like up there, Upper New York, up there in Buffalo. They have a lot of. I like that album
Yeah,
because they have like a lot of Bills references to the song and stuff like that.
but
How the Bills were like
like
so bad.
Benny and
Mhm.
Benny the Butcher and Conway, right? Yeah,
Yep,
he from
yep.
Buffalo.
How they used to have all these like how bad the Bills are, but then the song goes right into it. Like, yeah, that joint's hot, yo. So definitely get that. Also, new Drake album came out for all the dogs. Hey, listen, this
Is he
one's different,
rapping
yo.
on this or is he singing?
I think it's doing a little bit of both. It's kind of like
Uh,
I'm not gonna say it's like Take Care. I think it's like a step below Take Care. And I like Take Care. Take Care is it hits different. It hits different. This is like still during the mixtape Drake phase, stuff like that. But definitely, he has lots of collabos on there too. Definitely listen to First Person Shooter featuring J Cole. J Cole kills on that. Also, there's another joint. I'm not sure if you listen to The Alchemist. I know The Alchemist has a joint with Earl Sweatshirt.
I think I got it on my Apple Music list, but
Mhm.
just haven't listened to it yet.
Okay, all right, cool. It's on mine too.
Speaking
So
Speaking of movies, don't
yeah,
forget you gotta send me Dr. Hurtado's email address so I can, because I'm trying to get these movies started soon.
okay,
Something I need to get something on film soon.
all right, cool. I'll definitely, uh, I'll definitely track him down. I haven't been seeing him here at Esperanza though. So we got to find him. I don't know if he went back to Florida or whatever. So I'll find him. But yep, it's come down to the time to the witching hour, 3 o'clock, and yeah. So definitely look out for "They Spit on Jesus" for all the dogs by Drake. He spit on Jesus, El Camino, Black Soprano Family, and Vore Dyer. Earl Sweatshirt and The Alchemist. Those albums to look out for. They got some good joints on there. Definitely look out for it. And we're about to shut it down for the week. Up next week, we're definitely going to jump into some more woo in there. Some other great debates. Hopefully, we can get Jeff back on here, so we can definitely get some
Uh,
real debates happening.
we
Go ahead,
should
talk.
uh, we should
Why? Oh, why? And why Giants? He got left off.
we should
Uh-huh.
it's Halloween season. We should get into some our top for our horror fan.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that again. We can definitely do that. Yeah, we can definitely do that. That's definitely not a problem. I mean, this is your expertise right here. So that's your thing. But I'm not going to go see The Exorcist. You can bet the house on that. So, but yep, it's come down to the time, and I'm about to sign off.
Yeah, but we
Mike
should get
B,
into
go ahead.
some of.
Well, Mike is having technical difficulties here. Mike is going in and out. Pause. Um, with the broadcast. But if Mike doesn't come back on, I definitely wish you guys a great week. Mike, do you have any shout outs? Well, my mic is getting back on. I'm going to get some shout outs. Shout out to everybody here, here at the school.